students and staff at General McLane, first and foremost, have the opportunity to be part of a family.
We like to think the high school is a place where we accommodate what kids need.
They know that they will be getting a good education.
The people that are out in society becoming very successful speaks highly of the district and highly of the high school because of the preparation that they've gotten here through the academic program.
I feel prepared for college because a lot of my teachers have helped to prepare me.
There are different levels of difficulty for all of the core classes, so it kind of is tailored to individual students' needs.
So that every student's needs can be met. But then beyond that, we offer a wide range of electives so that every student should be able to find something.
I think that because it's a smaller setting, students get more one-on-one attention.
They have the opportunity to participate in multiple activities.
General McLane appreciates everything from the performing arts to academics to sports.
You really just get to be who you are, and it's okay to be who you are.
We're not like a traditional high school where kids are, pushed into a specific style. They can be what they're supposed to be, and they can try a lot of different things.
And if a student says that there's not an activity for me, they're not looking hard enough.
Kids are very well rounded here, and our programs encourage them to be involved in different things.
It allows a lot of other students who may not necessarily be involved at General McLane.
We have a lot of staff here who have been here for a long time.
My 3 daughters went through here, and now I'm going to have grandchildren coming through, so I'm pretty excited about that.
And so with all that experience comes, a rich background and a good understanding of what General McLane really is.
We have some really highly intelligent people, some people who really care about kids and really want to make this the best place it can be.
It's cooperation, it's teamwork, it's togetherness, and it's caring about what's best for the kids.
There are so many teachers here that really care about giving the best education, but also providing the best help that's necessary.
I know that if I do need help, I can write back to them.
Everybody's very easygoing.
Unique.
Accepting.
Well prepared.
Talented.
Friendly.
And they take care of one another.
Good evening, parents for the class of 2024. This is a very strange way for us to record 8th grade parent night. Every year we have this auditorium that we're now in that's empty. We have it completely full, usually, of 8th grade parents who are excited to schedule for their kids and to look at what's available at the high school. It's usually a long night planned with all kinds of activities for the kids to see electives and for parents to hear this presentation from us. So we decided for this year, considering all the circumstances, that we would start off with the scheduling part of it. And so Pam Mikowski and I are here in an empty auditorium to give you a rundown of a PowerPoint presentation. It will be a maximum of about 30 minutes, so some people in the past would tell you that you're very fortunate to only have to hear me for about 15 minutes. But it is an abbreviated version of what we're going to do. And in the fall, when everything is over and we're allowed to get back together again, we are going to have some version of 8th grade parent night where we can bring you in, we can bring the kids in, and it's our hope that that night we can look at all the offerings that we have as far as extracurricular activities and clubs and organizations and really make sure that we're doing things right by the class of 2024. So again, I am Dan Meno. I'm the principal of the high school. I know many of you already, and I'll get to know you over the next 4 years. This presentation that we're going to give now is strictly about scheduling. It's about the course offerings. And we'll guide you through this process the best way that we possibly can. If you have any questions, we will have plenty of resources for you. As you can see on the slide, we have our scheduling plan. We have our guidance counselors.
Hi, I'm Betsy Weiss, and I'm the school counselor for students whose last names start with the letters A through G. One important function of our office is to work with students to develop a plan for after graduation. These choices include the military, employment, college, or trade and technical training. This includes providing information on career search, scholarships, and financial aid. I look forward to meeting the students in the class of 2024. In the meantime, please take care. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brenda Hurtle. I'm the school counselor who is assigned to students with the last names H through O. I just wanted to take a second and let you know one reason why students come down to the guidance office. Students come down to meet with school counselors on a pretty regular basis about academic, personal, and even peer-related issues. I know right now that's kind of difficult, but we are meeting with students over various forms of media. And if you need help, please do not hesitate to reach out via Schoology. I look forward to meeting you next year and can't wait to see what the year brings.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well at this time. My name is Mr. Tyree. I am a guidance counselor here at General McLane High School. I primarily work with those students with the last names beginning with the letters P through Z. As a guidance counselor, one of the questions I often get asked is, people genuinely care about each other here at General McLane High School, and we want to see you do well. And so, you know, and that's very evident from the moment you walk through those doors, and you see how much people care about each other and want to see you do well. If I can share one thing with our incoming freshman class is that as a guidance department, our doors are always open. And so whether you have questions about your schedule, whether you have questions about classes, you know, how many credits you currently have, or you just want to stop in and say hello, just know that our doors are always open, and you're more than welcome to come in and meet with us. In addition to our doors always being open, we at the high school offer a lot of support services, and we have a lot of resources for those students or individuals who may need those support services. And so whether that's short-term supportive counseling or meeting with a counselor outside of school, just know we have resources available to help you out. So on that note, I'd like to wish everyone well. Please take care of yourselves. I look forward to seeing you guys here in the near future.
I'm going to go over the basics of scheduling. Start with the intensive block scheduling. I know that at the middle school, the kids have been in the block schedule and they have had 85-minute block classes, but it's varied. Some classes they've had all year for 85 minutes, some classes they've had for 45 minutes. At the high school, our intensive block scheduling is like a college schedule. Kids have the same classes for an entire semester. They have 4 classes, 85 minutes a day. Some of those classes are electives and some are core classes. On the slide, you can see that we have our block scheduling class periods time schedule. So every day kids will go to first period for 85 minutes. They will have 5-minute break and have a second period. And then we have what we call a tutorial period. Our tutorial period is a time for kids to get help, to seek information from the office, to meet with teachers at times where you know, they're struggling with their academics. And it's also a time for us to do our daily announcements. So we'll come on at that point, or students will come on and they'll read the daily announcements and the Pledge of Allegiance and go over all the things that are posted on Power School for Parents. We will then go into third period for 85 minutes and fourth period for 85 minutes. So it is called the intensive block because our kids it's intense. They are in the same classes every day for 85 minutes. And come January, the semesters will change and they'll have a brand new set of classes. So on the second half of this slide, you can see that there's the intensive yearly schedule. And this will break it down for you. It's a little confusing for first-time students coming to the high school. But if you look at the terms across the top, term 1, 2, 3, and 4, and look at terms 1 and 2, that would be your semester 1. So each block going down would be English first period, math second period, the tutorial block, and then if they were in electives, say such as marching band, they would have marching band there and then another elective. We like to break up classes so that kids would take some core classes in the fall and some core classes in the spring. Of course, if they take a foreign language, and Ms. Mikowski will be talking about that in a minute, they would have a semester that would appear to have 3 core classes because they would have an English, a math, and maybe a foreign language at that point. Basic graduation requirements for General McLane High School. We are a high school that requires 4 years of English, 3 years of science, social studies, and math. We have a college and career readiness requirement that will be a half credit, and that will be in their junior year. We have a credit and a half of phys ed, a 0.75 for health, and we require 2 classes in the arts, or 1 credit in the arts, and the same for technology education. And we also have 10 credits of just general electives. On this PowerPoint, there are also some yellow reminders. Those are other resources that you can find. Ms. Mikowski will talk about that as well. But we have the credit check sheet where the students can help keep track of their information. The students will do that every year. So when they complete their freshman year, they'll go through the credit check sheet and they can see every year what they need in order to get to that 28 credits and beyond. Most of our kids will finish with 32 credits. If they take 8 every year, they'll have 32 and it won't be an issue. Okay, I'd like to go through each of the core subject areas and just talk briefly about what your kids might be selecting this year. When you go to make your selections for this year, you will see that there are recommendations that have already been made for you in English, math, social studies, and science. And now those can be changed, but for now, these are the recommendations that we made when a group of us got together in the spring. We got together prior to everything happening. And it was me and Miss Mikowski, and it was Miss Swansinger from the middle school, and it was our high school guidance counselors. And we all sat in a room and we looked at every 8th grader individually. And when we did that, we went through every student and we looked at their course recommendations from the middle school. So a lot of the middle school teachers made a recommendation for kids. We looked at that recommendation. We looked at their current grades, and we decided what we thought would be the best recommendation for them at the high school. Okay, so in English for 9th grade, your son or daughter will have a choice between English Academic, English Advanced, or English Accelerated. One of these pathways will be already pre-selected for you, as I already said. The Advanced and Accelerated are typically college-bound pathways. In 9th grade, there will not be a Keystone exam for kids. The Keystone exam for English will take place in 10th grade if they are in the accelerated pathway, and in 11th grade if they are in every other pathway. In math, for 9th grade, students will be placed into either Applied Algebra Part 1, Algebra 1, or Algebra 2 Accelerated. Again, this is based upon what they've taken in 8th grade and what pathway has, really in math, the pathway is beginning to be determined as far back sometimes as 6th grade. Kids will not be stuck in a pathway, but it does begin to develop as early as 6th grade. For the Keystone exam, if students already took Algebra 1, then they already took the Keystone exam and will not have to repeat that at the high school level. If they haven't taken the Keystone exam yet, then they will take the Keystone exam after Algebra 1, if they take that in 9th grade, or after Applied Algebra Part 2, if they take that In science, students will have a choice between Bio 1 regular or Bio 1 accelerated. If students take Bio 1 accelerated, then they will have a Keystone exam after that in 9th grade. If they don't take Bio 1 accelerated, then the Keystone exam will take place after Bio 2 in grade 10. In social studies, students will have a choice between U.S. History 1 or U.S. History 1 accelerated. There is no Keystone exam for social studies. We do typically tie our classes together. So, for example, if you are in an advanced level English or an accelerated level English, then you will typically also be placed in a U.S. History accelerated class. If you are in an accelerated math class, then you will also be typically placed into an accelerated science class. There are exceptions made to that, and those are discussions that we can have individually with you. If, for example, a student's strength maybe does lie in math and science but not in English, then we would maybe have some variation there. And those can all be individualized as we go through. In PE, there is, again, no Keystone exam in physical education. There is a PE requirement every year. In 9th grade, there is a PE boys and health boys, PE girls and health girls, and PE co-ed. So the way that will be is that kids will take if your son or daughter is taking PE boys, for example, during the first semester, then they would have PE one day and they would have the health component the next day. They'll do that for a quarter, and then in another quarter, they would have the co-ed version of that, where they have a PE co-ed class one day and a health co-ed class the next day. In 10th grade, there's PE 10, which would have a driver's ed component to it. And in grade 11, it would look very similar to 9th grade, except it is all co-ed. There would not be the individual boys and girls versions of it in grade 11. In grade 12, kids will have a choice between one of 3 PE requirements, either PE 12, fitness and weight training, or extreme fitness.
Hello, I'm Pam Mikowski. I'm the associate principal here at the high school. And I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the other offerings here at the high school, and then talk to you about the process for scheduling for your classes. Let's talk a little bit about foreign languages. First of all, a foreign language is not required for graduation at General McLane High School, but be aware that oftentimes colleges and universities do require high school students to come in with sometimes 2 or 3 years of a foreign language. So if you're planning to go to college, or even if you're just interested in learning a language, we do offer foreign languages. We offer French, Mandarin, and Spanish here at the high school. Keep in mind, if language arts is not your strength as an incoming freshman, it's a good idea to wait until your sophomore year to schedule for a foreign language. Get a year of high school language arts under your belt before you tackle a foreign language. We have a lot of opportunities here at the high school for special education as well as educational support. Some of the things that we offer include co-teaching, where we have 2 certified teachers working together in the classroom to provide learning opportunities for students. Gifted IEPs are often scheduled in the summer, so the gifted advisor, Mr. Korb, Mr. Meno, will sit down with the student and their families to decide what that schedule will look like for the gifted students. We also offer Read 180 and Math 180, which are very specialized programs for students who need extra help in reading and math. We have a refocus room here, which provides academic support. It's also used for credit remediation. Sometimes we have students who move into the district in the middle of a semester and need to finish up a course. So our refocus room is an academic support room, and it's available for all students. Course scheduling is pretty individualized, and so Mr. Meno talked to you about our typical day, but understand that students have a lot of flexibility as to what courses they can choose and when they can schedule those courses. Academic interventions also occur here at the high school. So when students are having academic difficulties, we have actually several steps in place for students to receive extra support. tutoring. I mentioned the refocus room, teachers that are willing to help. We have a myriad of opportunities for that. In addition, the Erie County Technical School is an option for students who want to learn a hands-on trade. Typically, those programs start in either 10th or 11th grade. Students are here for a half day, and then they go to the Erie County Technical School for the other half of their day. The Manufacturing Academy, the Academy of Medical Arts and Engineering, those are both academies that have specific courses of study. And when students opt for those academies, they take a prescribed set of courses that lead them to sort of a specialized 4 years here at the high school to prepare them for particular careers. We also offer dual enrollment opportunities. So we partner with Edinburgh University, as well as Mercyhurst and Gannon and Barron, so that students can take college level classes while they're still a high school student. It's a nice opportunity for them to earn college credit, to get a little bit of college experience under their belt while they're still in high school. So I'm going to talk a little bit about making your course requests. First of all, understand that you don't have to go through this blindly. We've prepared a program of study, which is a very comprehensive booklet that explains all the course offerings here at the high school. The program of study is on the General McLane website on the high school page. If you look at the guidance page, you'll find it's a PDF, and it's nicely organized so that you can find a nice description of every class. There's also a course offerings sheet which lists every course, as well as how much credit it's worth, what grade level is required for that, and it kind of breaks it down into the different programs of electives. As freshmen, you get to choose the courses that you want to take your freshman year. So to do that, you're going to launch a browser, use Safari or Chrome or Firefox, and go to https://powerschool.generalmclane.org/public. And that link is also on the web page. You're going to log into that PowerSchool account with your student username and password. And by now, everybody's clear on what that is. Please remember that you have to do this through a browser, that you cannot schedule through the app. Once you've logged in, on the left-hand side, you'll see a link for class registration. Just click on that, and then you'll see a listing of courses available for you to choose. And on the far right, you'll see a little icon with a pencil. You'll need to click that pencil to get the listing of all the different options that you have. So for example, for language arts, when you click on that pencil, you'll see the different levels of language arts classes that you can take. There will be a recommendation there, and as Mr. Meno said, please don't change that recommendation. But if you feel that it needs to change, don't hesitate to contact the guidance counselor. You will have the opportunity to select electives. And I think this is important because, you know, in the elementary or in the middle school, you didn't have an opportunity to make many selections for your electives. But here at the high school, we want you to choose the electives that interest you. There are so many different electives, and there's something for everybody. So a lot of times students say to us, I don't care what my electives are, but you really should. It's half of your day here at the high school. And we want you to explore all different things. And when you're done with your 4 years, I want you to look back at the electives and really feel like they were beneficial to you. So make sure you choose the electives. Don't just pick anything just to fill a schedule. Follow the on-screen instructions. It will guide you as to how many electives you need to choose. And when you're done, you want to click OK. Once you finish choosing all of those course selections, you want to hit Submit in the lower right-hand corner. If you don't click Submit, then your selections won't be saved and you'll have to start all over again. Okay. Once you've hit Submit, then you'll see kind of a recap sheet, and you can view all of the courses that you've already selected. This year, we're asking that your schedule requests be completed by April 27th. Now that helps us to plan for next year. However, if you've chosen something that you think, oh, I really don't want that, or you missed something that you really do want, contact your guidance counselor, and we can always make some adjustments from there.